everybody. It's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to this edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. In today's Top 10 video, we're gonna do the top 10 top 10 movies with SNL cast members. So you don't know who you'll see in this countdown, but in this week's episode, we're going to do the top 10 movies with SNL cast members. And I'm going to be listing some of my favorite SNL movies, and favorite movies with SNL cast members. So, without further ado, let's start the countdown. Our top 10 movies with SNL cast members. Oh wait. Cast members, yeah. I'll record. I thought we weren't recording here. But here we go. Our top 10 movies with SNL cast members. At number 10, the 1998 film, Night at the Roxbury. Night at the Roxbury is about two brothers, Steve and Doug Mutabi, who are all about the club life. They live in a big house in California. And the plot of this movie is, we don't really find out what the plot is until like maybe 30 seconds in. So it starts out, these guys are trying to get to the Roxbury. Apparently they can't get in because the security guard, played by Michael Clark Duncan, will not allow them in the club. This movie stars Chris Kattan, Will Ferrell, based on the sketches they did on Saturday Night Live. The movie starts out, and then we go to their home life. They live with their father, who is very strict on the older brother, Doug. He wants him to marry a daughter that's the daughter of a friend of his. So, in this whole movie, the plot circles around these guys, and we start to find out what the plot is. They want to open their own club, and the theme of the club is have like the outside of a club be the inside of a club, and the inside of the club be the outside of the club. We have street signs and all kinds of stuff inside the club, but outside it's a whole different club. So they meet these two girls at their club, but it turns out we find out these two girls are actually just using these two. They meet one of the club owners, Mr. Deere, very funny guy. So they talk to him about this club idea. He likes their idea. Next morning, they try to find him again, and they still think that these girls actually date them. But apparently they're using them because they think that Doug and Steve are successful millionaires. But it turns out they try to sneak in to see Mr. Deere. It doesn't happen. They get kicked out. And the two women reveal that they were using them both. And then Doug and Steve have a bit of a falling out. One of the older brothers is getting married. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's a falling out. But basically, this movie is about two guys that want to go to a club and be successful. It's a pretty funny movie, one of my favorite movies. So if you haven't checked out Night at the Roxbury, I suggest you check it out. At number 9, Tommy Boy, starring Chris Farley and David Spade. Tommy Boy is a story about Tommy Callahan, kind of a slacker, kind of a bumbling idiot. The plot is his father passes away, and his father owns a big tire company called Callahan Auto Parts. An auto parts company called Callahan Auto Parts. So Tommy wants to save the auto parts place. His dad passed away, wants to save it. He also meets a woman named Michelle, um, which is his love interest in this movie. Also, so he sets off to go on this journey, but he's joined by an employee of Callahan Auto Parts, another employee, played by David St. Richard, and they set off on a road trip to save Callahan Auto Parts. Hilarity ensues, and I think this is the funniest movie ever. And hilarity ensues. They get into some wacky shenanigans, and the movie is funny. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you check out Tommy Boy, starring David Spade and Chris Farley. Our next, uh, our next movie on the list, The Nutty Professor, a remake of the Jerry Lewis movie, but this movie stars Eddie Murphy as the Nutty Professor. He plays a character named Sherman Clump, a science teacher at a university. He's he's very self-conscious about his weight. So what he tries to do, he invents a serum that makes him lose a lot of weight. And he has a bit of an alter ego inside him named Buddy Love, also played by Eddie Murphy. He goes on a date. He likes this girl, and she's played by Jada Pinkett Smith. So he really likes her, and Buddy Love seems to get Sherman into a lot of trouble. Everybody thinks Sherman is a pig and a pervert, but it turns out Buddy Love is the real pervert, trying to make Sherman Holmes' life a living hell. So this is a great movie and one of my favorites. Nutty Professor. It's my number 8 pick here on this countdown. At number 9, we couldn't forget about the sequel. At number 7, we couldn't forget about the sequel. Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. Eddie Murphy plays like 4 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 6 characters in this movie. He plays his grandma, his mother, his brother, and his father. And Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. This movie focuses more on his family, but there's still a plot with Sherman Clump. He's planning on getting married, marrying the girl of his dreams, played by Janet Jackson. So the whole plot is he wants to marry her, but he's very self-conscious about the way he looks and his weight. Buddy Love returns once again, making his life a living hell. But a lot of hilarity ensues between the family. It's such a great movie, great sequel. I remember watching this movie when I was young sure, and I remember renting it at the local video store in Seattle. And I remember watching this movie, and I remember just laughing my ass off at the funny shit that was in this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. And Eddie Murphy is great in this movie, and he plays a lot of characters just amazing. So, Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. I suggest you check it out. At number 6, Big Daddy, starring Adam Sandler and Dylan and Cole Sprouse as the little boy in Big Daddy. Big Daddy's a story about a guy named Adam Sandler, a guy who lives in an apartment, still kind of acts like a kid. The kid ends up on his doorstep and mistakenly he thinks that this kid is his dad, this kid is his son, but it turns out he may think that his best friend might be the son of this kid. But he's trying to find out the kid's real dad, so the kid stays with him. He ends up really liking the kid and this movie, it is a comedy movie, but it's very heartwarming as well. There are some parts in this movie that will make you tear up, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a different kind of Adam Sandler movie. It's funny. There's some parts that are really heartwarming, and this is a movie you have to see. So I suggest you check it out. Big Daddy, starring Adam Sandler. Okay, at number 5, Dirty Work, starring Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang, Artie Lang, Chris Farley, and interesting fact about this movie. This was Chris Farley's last movie. Fortunately, after he filmed this movie, Chris Farley passed away years after, and honestly, this was a tribute movie, like the tribute movie for Chris Farley and a proper send off for Chris Farley. Dirty Work is a story about two friends, played by Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang. Their father's having a heart attack. Their father had Artie character played by Artie Lang. His father passes away. No, his father doesn't pass away. His father has a heart attack. He's in the hospital. They're trying to raise money for surgery. For the dad. And what they do is they open a revenge for hire business where they pull pranks on people, like you'll probably see, like putting a dead hooker in a car, destroying a house, just putting dead fish in a house, whatever. But it's revenge for hire, and they get hired to do these jobs, and they get paid to pull pranks on people, and that's how they raise the money to save their dad. So that's how they raise money to save the old guy. So Dirty Work is one of my favorite movies. I think it's a hilarious comedic romp of hilarity. I absolutely enjoy it. So check it out if you haven't. Check out Dirty Work, starring Chris Farley, Artie Lang, and Norm Macdonald. Folks, I'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, but keep your eyes peeled because there's gonna be more top 10 movies with SNL cast members coming up. So don't touch that dial. I'll be right back, folks. Hey everybody, Timmy Flyersguy here. I hope you're enjoying this edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. But I want to interrupt this video for a second to tell you about a special episode of the Timmy Flyersguy podcast. Will be broadcasted on my YouTube channel tomorrow. So make sure you take a look. Make sure you take a look at that episode. It'll be a special Timmy Flyersguy podcast. Road to the Calder Cup playoffs and road to the Kelly Cup playoffs. So make sure you stay tuned for that special episode this Monday. I'm not really sure who the Phantom's opponent will be, and I'm not sure who the Royals' opponent will be. But I got a lot to say about the upcoming playoffs. I'm Timmy Flyersguy, and let's get back to the Flyersguys top 10. We're at number 4, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, starring Rob Schneider. Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. It's about a guy named Deuce Bigelow. He is a very small town. He's a very ordinary man who ends up reluctantly taking a job as a male escort or a male gigolo, a male or a pimp, if you would. So this is the story. Rob Schneider plays a man who reluctantly becomes a male gigolo. So, and Eddie Griffin is also in this movie. He plays the guy who hires him, and he gets the job. Deuce Bigelow gets the male as a gigolo, and he's set up with all these weird clients. He gets set up with a fat girl, played by Big Boy, a rapper. Also a girl with Tourette's, and a really, really tall woman. This is a very hilarious movie, and every time I've seen it, I've laughed my ass off because it's hilarious. And Rob Schneider, this is one of his best movies, in my opinion. One of his funniest movies. I would have to say. So if you haven't seen Deuce Bigelow and Male Gigolo, I suggest you check it out because it is freaking hilarious. And I have to say, in my opinion, it's funnier than the sequel. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you haven't seen it, the part where he's watching porn and he tries to turn it off and he can't turn it off because he can't work the remote. That part is hilarious. And the part where he says, "I think I made a mistake," and the fat lady says, "Did you say steak?" That hilarious. So if you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you check it out. Deuce Bigelow and Male Gigolo. Deuce Bigelow and Male Gigolo. Now, I had King of Staten Island on here. For some reason, the photo did not pick up. So, I know you're looking at Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo right now. I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to talk about our number 3 pick, and that is King of Staten Island. King of Staten Island stars Pete Davidson. And I can't get the photo to come up for some reason. Pete Davidson, Bill Burr, Machine Gun Kelly, Marissa Tomei. It's a star-studded affair of a movie. King of Staten Island is about a slacker just trying to find his life. He does not like the stepdad that his mother, he doesn't like his mom's new boyfriend played by Bill Burr. He is trying to get along with this guy. They're just trying to get along. He's trying to get along. He's trying to, after the death of his father, who was a firefighter, he's been trying to figure his life out. At the beginning of the movie, you see him getting all kinds of odd jobs. He even works at like an Olive Garden or something. He ends up getting fired from that. And he ends up just living at home, smoking weed all day and doing nothing. But the thing is, he wants to be a tattoo artist, but the only problem is his tattoos suck. So he tries to find a better life for himself. Tries to, he wants to make it on his own, but he's going to need some help. So I gotta say, if you haven't seen King of Staten Island yet, I suggest you see it. I watched it and I loved it. I thought Pete Davidson was really good in that movie. So if you haven't checked it out yet, check out King of Staten Island. I just had to put Pete Davidson on this list. I'm telling you, the dude is a ladies' man. All the ladies love Pete Davidson. So you gotta give respect to a man who really knows, a man who is really a really good actor and is a really good ladies' man. So Pete Davidson, King of Staten Island, check it out if you haven't seen it. And no, that is not the King of Staten Island. I do now. This is just regular Mount Gigolo. But like I said, I couldn't get the picture of that to come up. And the thing is, I swear I downloaded it. It just didn't pop up. So King of Staten Island at number 3. At number 2, Superstar, starring Molly Shannon, Will Ferrell, Tom Green, Tom Green, Will Ferrell, Tom Green, and many others. Superstar is the movie based on the sketches from Saturday Night Live about Mary Catherine Gallagher. Superstar stars Molly Shannon and Will Ferrell. Molly Shannon plays Mary Catherine Gallagher, an awkward Catholic school student who goes to St. Monica's Catholic school. She's a very awkward teen. The story revolves around her wanting to be in a movie with positive moral values. So she enters a talent show to win a role in a movie with positive moral values. So she wants to audition for a talent show. Her mother refuses her to do that. She gets upset. Her mother tries to comfort her. She tells her a story about her past, of how her, Mary Catherine Gallagher's parents, were in a river dance contest. And they died by getting stomped to death. Because apparently somebody slammed into the record player and it sped the record player up and it killed both their parents in a river dancing accident. So, my mom refuses. At times she refuses. And I almost forgot that Harlan Williams is also in this movie as well. So she refuses. She auditions for the talent show anyway. She does really well. And she also has a rival, played by Reese Witherspoon, Evian Graham, the boyfriend of her love interest, Sky, played by Will Ferrell. Molly Shannon, Mary Catherine Gallagher has a huge crush on Sky, and apparently there's some jealousy, as Evian is very jealous of Mary Catherine Gallagher, and she thinks that Mary Catherine Gallagher is trying to steal her boyfriend. Actually, she kind of is, because Mary Catherine has a crush on him. Will Ferrell also plays her, I'm not going to say it because they're, I don't want to offend any Catholics or Christians on here. I'm not going to say who Will Ferrell plays, but he plays a spirit in the sky. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to tell you, but, so he is the spirit that helps her along the way. So she auditions for the talent show, but Evian plots against her, pours a bucket of blue paint on her. She runs home crying, and then she runs into the character Slater, who is played by Harlan Williams. So, the thing about him is he doesn't talk much, but he's really witty. He has a crush on Mary Catherine Gallagher. He can't really talk because he has a stutter, so they run into each other. They start getting to know each other, and at the beginning of the movie, if you guys remember what she said, they told the kid, "Your birthmark looks like shit." That was the kid from the beginning of the movie. So she talks to all men, he says he has a stutter problem. And at the end, he's very conflicted to go watch Mary talent show. The mom uh, says that she will help Mary Catherine Gallagher become great, but become to get that role in the movie. But her mother wants her to do it for her, and not because of some boy. So it's a pretty good movie. It's got a good plot, despite all the wackiness and the awkwardness of the Mary Catherine Gallagher character. This movie does have a very wholesome message, and a very good message that if you believe in yourself, you should be able to do whatever you can do. It has a good message in a very comedic way. I really enjoyed this movie. One of my favorite movies. We haven't seen it, Superstar, with Molly Shannon and Will Ferrell. Great movie. Check it out. Check it out. And we get to our final pick on this countdown, and that is Click, starring Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is a movie about a man who just doesn't like his life. He thinks his life is very monotonous. He goes to Bed Bath & Beyond to buy a new remote for the TV. He meets the salesman or professor played by Christopher Walken. Adam Sandler does not like the monotony of his life, so he buys this remote, and it turns out he can fast forward, rewind, pause, do anything, and even autopilot. The movie is so great. I have to say, this movie is very comedic at times. There's like, and then it turns to sadness at the end. It really becomes a drama at the end, and it becomes very sad at the end. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but it's a very sad scenario. It kind of reminds you, of A Christmas Carol, except it's not a Christmas movie. It just reminds you of a man who's sick of living his life. He wants everything to change, but he realizes that maybe change isn't so good. And that's what this movie is about. It's kind of like A Christmas Carol. Like his past, when he goes to the future, he goes to the past. It kind of has that feel to it. It really does, and I really enjoyed this movie. It displays its kind of weird combination of comedic and sad. It's a great movie, and I really enjoyed this movie. And if you haven't seen Click, yeah, I suggest you see it. It is a great movie. One of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. And just like that, everybody, that's it for my countdown. Thank you for joining me here on my top 10 favorite movies with SNL cast members. Thank you for joining me, and have a great Sunday, everyone. And also have a great week. Thank you, everybody.